welcome to another class of computer lesson. So, today we are going to learn the remaining portions in this chapter. So, in this chapter we have already discussed about variables, declaring variables, assigning a value to a variable, arithmetic operators, color constants, etc. So now we are going to learn about how to save a project. Saving a project. When we work with a computer, for example, if you draw any pictures or if you work in file in a computer, you need to save it. So go to office button, then file menu, then save button, then a dialog box appears. So you can enter the file name and then click OK. Same as that of the same thing. So here the form and the project. Form will be saved with the extension .vb and the project will be saved with the extension .vbproj. So, what is the extension for saving form? .vb. Extension for saving form. Extension for saving form, that is .vb. Yes. So, extension for saving project, extension for saving project, that is .vbproj. Yes. So here there are some steps for saving the project. First step, open the file menu and click save all option. So what is the first step? Open the file menu. Click the file menu. Then there are some options. So you need to click which option? Save all option. So when we click save all option, there is a dialog box appears where you can add the file name and then click save. So a dialog box appears. So here look at the page number 84, name. So enter the file name for this and then click save. This is the way for saving a project. Once again, there are only two steps. First step, click file menu and then there are some options. So you need to click save all option. Right? Okay. And after that, just click on the save all option. A dialog box appears. So enter the name for the file name or the form name you have to save. Then next click save button. Then next topic is open the saved project. How to open the already saved project? Very simple. So first one, open the file menu. Click file menu. Then click open project dialog box. Then there are some folders open. Then you can select the concerned folder from this and then click open. So first step, open the file menu and click on the open project option. If the open dialog box appears, then second one, select the project to open and then select the project name. Click on the open button. So here the associated file, that means the project file that is loaded in the memory, and you can see the form which is run on the screen. The next is executing or run the application. How to run the application? After open the projects, we need to run it. So that first click the start button. So this is the start button or run button. Just click on it. That is click the run button. That means running the application of the project. And then or another way is from debug option, select debugging option. So from debug menu, just select the debug option. So this is another way for running the project. Another way means just press the F5 key. Press F5. So first option, there is a start button or run button. You just click on it. The project will run. Another option, click debug option from the debug menu so that the project will run. Another option, press F5. Then next is ending the application. How to stop the application? That means you can stop the running project. So there is a button. So you can stop or end the project. Click on end button. This is end button. This is start button. And this is end button. So just click on the end button. That means project will stop. Next, exiting Visual Basic. Simple from file, then exit. Click file and then click exit button so that you can exit from the project. So once again, what are the things we have discussed in this chapter? First, we have discussed some controls, label, text box, buttons, text areas, timer, forms, etc. So what is a label control? A label control is used to display the text that you do not want to change, that do not want the user to change. That is a label text. Next one is text box control. Text box means, for example, name. And here we can insert a text box. So that means user can enter the name for this area. User can enter name for whatever the option in this area. That is text box. Text box. And you can add multi-lines using text area. So this is another control, text box. Label means it defines that the user do not change during the running process. For that purpose, we can use label control. Here the name control or the text box control is you can enter. That means user can enter during the running. Another one is button control. Button means carry out a command. Carry out a command means when we click the button, that process. For example, save button. That means all the data will be uploaded into the database. There should be a program inside that button. That is save button. Next, form. Form also has properties like the control, and these events listed in the drop down list in the code window that is displayed when you double click the project or object. Then how to set the property? Object, what is the syntax? Object dot property equal to value. Object dot property equal to value. So let's go to a quick practice. Make two text boxes in a form and set properties so that two different names are displayed in them. Use the timer control such that name should get interchanged automatically after 600 milliseconds. So the question is, create a form and enter two names, and then after 600 milliseconds you can change the names which is displayed in the button. So let's do it. So first, creation of a form. So this is our form. Let's say that is form 1. Form 1. Right? Then next, add two labels. Add box 1 and this is text box 2. Yes. So this is text box 1 and this is text box 2. So during the runtime you can enter the name into these boxes. Right. And the name is text box 1 and here the name is text box 2. Then enter the two names. Enter the two names. So let's see here entering a name Arun and enter the another name Rajiv. Yes. So now we entered two names in each text boxes. Then the question, use the time control such that name should get interchanged automatically after 600 milliseconds. So we have to set the properties to change the names in each boxes after 600 milliseconds. So first go to property and then click timer. Click timer. So look at the picture. Here is the timer dialog box and it contains enabled true, generate mem true, interval. So what is the interval we mentioned here? 600 milliseconds. And then modifiers friend. So here we have to write a code for interchanging the names. So when we click the buttons or when we click the timer control, there is a code. The code that is first assigning a variable. So how to assign a variable? What is the syntax? Dimension, that is dim, then a variable name as data type. So here the data type is text, so that's string. So this is the code. First assign a variable. So syntax is dim. A variable name, yes, as, and the data type here is string. String. Yes. So dim, that is dimension. The variable name is s, as the data type string. First we assign a variable. Then next text box 1 text. So what is text box 1 dot text? Arun. So Arun is text box 1 dot text. That means here dot text means the value which is inside the text box 1. That is text box 1 text. What is the value? Arun, and which is assigned to a variable. Yes. So here is the variable as, and which is assigned to text box 1 dot text. So here the name entered in the text box 1 which is assigned to a variable s. Right? Okay. Then next is text box 2 dot text is copy the value into text box 1. So let's see. Now the Arun is copied into a variable s, and we can replace the value text box 2, value of text box 2 into text box 1. So that text box 1 dot txt or text equal to text box 2 dot txt. Text box 2 dot text. Here first the value of text box 1 dot txt means Arun. textbox1.txt. So that means now S contain Arun and textbox1.txt contain Rajiv. Yes. So now we can replace here textbox1.txt contain Rajiv and so look here, the two boxes contain the same name. So we need to change Arun into text box 2. So how to change it? Text box 2.txt equal to yes. So S contains the string Arun. So we can copy that Arun into textbox 2.txt. So here Rajiv is replaced by the name Arun. Now we interchange the two names from textbox 1 and textbox 2. So once again, how to replace the how to interchange the two names in each text boxes. First, assign a variable. So here, S is the variable. What is the syntax? Dimension or name S as string. Why we use the string here? Because the data type is string. Then, text S equal to textbox1.txt or txt. Textbox1.txt means Arun. Textbox1.txt means Arun. So which is copied into variable S. So S contains Arun. Then next textbox2.txt which is copied into textbox1.txt. Now textbox1.txt contains Rajiv. Then after that S is copied into textbox2.txt. Means now Arun is copied into textbox2.txt. So now we can interchange the two names in each text boxes. Then run the project. Finally the output will be like this. The next is design a form which should like as shown below at the design time. Okay, so the form should be like this. So this is the form. Here the name of the form is, let's say, form 1 and there is a label area. So the name of the label is label 1. Then another label enter a radius. Enter a radius which contain a text box here. So this is text box 1. Text box 1. Then next enter a side. So here the text box number 2. So text box 2. Then a button clear values. So this is button 1. So this is label 1, text box 1, text box 2 and button 1. So the question is, when we enter the radius and when we enter a radius value, the area will be displayed in the label, and when we click clear values, it will be erased and replaces the area, the word area. Same way, when we enter the length of a side into this box, that means text box number 2, the area will be displayed in the box, like labeled area box. Then when we click clear values, it will be erased and replaces the word area. So how will look like this? So let's see. First step, enter a radius. We need to enter a value into this text box, so that when we click the text box, a page appears, and that page we can add the code. So first step, declare a variable area as single. Because why we use the single? Because single is a data type which stores whole numbers and fraction numbers, so that we can choose the data type single. So area as single. Then another variable r as single, means radius r as single. Then next step, then the value of rd.txt, means here the text box 1 and the value dot that is copied into a variable r. Then find the area, and then that value will be copied into area. So let's see. First step, when we double click the text area button, a box, a page erases and we can enter the code there. So first step, we need to assign a variable for area. So diamond a as single. So a is the letter which is used for area, and then dimension r as single. A means area and r radius. Yes. Then next we can calculate the area. That is A is equal to 3.14 into r into r. So that is the third step. R is equal to, and before that one more thing, we can accept the value. So here when we enter the value in this box, that is text box 1, let's say text box 1 dot value of text box 1 dot txt, which is equal to r. That means here the values are, and the value we get from val dot text box 1 dot text. For example, if we enter 5, then which is copied into the variable r. So r is equal to 5. Val dot text box 1 dot txt. Then next, finding the area. So a is equal to 3.14 into r into r. Now area which is find out and copied into the variable a. The next step, we should display that area into the label area. So that label 1.txt equal to a. So 3.14 A. So here the area should be displayed into this label area. Once again, dimension A as single. That means A is the area and R is the radius. So here we declaring a variable A and declaring another variable R, and we get the value of radius from here. So the text box name is text box 1.text. Since it is a value, so that we can add var.textbox1.txt, then which is copied into or assigned into a variable r. Then find out the area. A is equal to 3.14 into r into r, area of the circle, and then this area will be copied into label1.txt. Label1.txt means here is the label1.txt. So the area will be displayed on this box. Then same way we can add the code, enter a side. Square. So dim AR as single. Then here side, let's say a variable s. So dim s as single. Then copy the value from this text box. So s equal to var dot textbox2.txt. Textbox 2.text. Then next find out the area. So area is equal to s into s. Then copy the area into this label. That is label 1.txt equal to s. So let's see txt equal to AR. So this is the code for entering the value in each text boxes and will be displayed in the label. Then next is clear values. Clear values means here text, here the label 1 dot text equal to empty. Empty means just enter the double quotes, and then next is also added double quotes. Then area dot label dot txt equal to area. That means we have to clear values. So when we open this button, just double click this button, a page appears so that we can write the code. Then so here textbox 1.txt equal to double quotes for emptying the radius, and textbox 2.txt equal to double quotes means emptying the side. Then after that label 1.txt equal to area. Simple. That is first one. Textbox 1.txt equal to, just enter the double quotes. Then textbox 2.txt equal to, for clearing the values we should write double quotes. Then label 1.txt equal to which is replaced by area. So here is the string. So we should be writing a double quote. So these are the things in this code. So first, so what will be the output? First, when we run the program, enter a radius. Then you can enter any value into this text box. Then click the area. What happens? The area will be displayed in this box. And then when we enter another value in this side, so area will be displayed in the area. When we click the clear values, the values cleared in this box and replaces the word area. So here is the chapter ends here. Once again, in this chapter, what are the things we learned? So the chapter name is Programs Using Control and Properties. First we discussed about the labels, controls, text box, etc. And also find out its properties like name, alignment, back color, text, font color, visible, etc. Then we discussed about text box, buttons, also discussing some important properties in button, name, back color, caption, text, cursor, image, etc. We also did some exercises based on that. Then next, how to insert a picture using basic program. Then next, form properties, same as that of controls. Then variables. Variables means it is a memory location and it has an address and a variable name. And the rules for variable name is, first rule, it should be, the first letter should be alphabetic, and then second rule, it should be less than 103 characters, and the third rule should not contain spaces or periods. Then there are three types of data types: string, integer and single. Then next, arithmetic operators, plus, minus, star, division, modulus, integer division, etc. Then color constant means we can assign some colors into each text or text color, background color, etc. Then next, how to save a project and how to open the saved project. Then run, ending the application, exit from the project. These are the things we learned in this chapter, and also we did some exercises. So let's wind up this class. We will continue later. Thank you.